What's up, guys? Good to be back with you. The topic for today is one that I personally, it's funny, like when I see Christian YouTubers especially make videos talking about like popular movies and bringing in, the culture and faith and whatever, I get intrigued and I enjoy clicking on those videos. So I'm glad that we can make this video talking about Disney's new movie, Cruella. I have a hard time pronouncing it. I realized I was saying Cruella, but it's Cruella. That's the point.
Yeah.
So I got it now. We're talking about Cruella. Morgan, tell them why. Well, I was going to say we were hesitant to make a YouTube video on this. But why are we doing it now?
Well, alright. Someone made a TikTok, and TikTok is the thing.
TikTok is what?
The thing.
Okay.
I'm never on TikTok, but apparently it's the thing. And it was a woman, and she made a 1-minute TikTok where she explained and kind of really begged people to not go see Cruella. Do not let your kids see it. It is demonic. It is It's
she said it was
nurturing.
Well, she kind of said it was a movie that worships Satan. And
yeah.
I'm just gonna actually play her TikTok because it's only a minute long, and then I'm gonna read some of the main comments on that, and then we're gonna dive in. Morgan and I saw Cruella 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So we do, kind of know what we're talking about.
Yep, we saw it.
We saw it. And we know you guys are going to have some strong opinions on this, whether you've seen it or not. You know that Morgan and I literally yesterday, we made a video on Hailey Baldwin Bieber.
She does not go by that.
She doesn't. She goes by Hailey
Bieber.
What's her middle name? She has it in her YouTube thumbnail. Her YouTube videos. Her YouTube channel.
No idea.
Hailey Rhodes Bieber. Oh. We made a video on Hailey Rhodes Bieber, and we were coming down, hopefully in a loving way, is what we try to do. Just go watch it. We were coming down pretty hard on Hollywood and Hollywood Christianity. Mm-hmm. This video may take a little bit of a different turn, and we invite your all's comments in the comment section. Leave your comment below on where you stand with it. Morgan, should we just...
I've got it.
You've got it. All right, play it. Guys, the technology on this specific video, we're not going to pull up another screen. We're just playing it. We'll hold it up to the camera, and hopefully
not that fancy.
You can hear it and see it well enough.
Well,
someone sent me...
I probably won't even show it to you. I'm just going to let you listen to it.
Fair enough. Someone actually sent me this video on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram if you don't. Sent me this video and said, what do you think of this? And so there's where this all began.
Here we go.
To all the parents and anybody who loves God, please watch this. It's about Cruella de Vil, which is a Disney movie that just came out, and it's worshiping the devil. In the film, they actually say that Cruella de Vil is actually devil, and they switched the name from this to this. And the theme song actually says, call me crazy, call me insane, but you're stuck in the past and I'm ahead of the game. And then it goes into, and the devil has much better taste. And then it continues and it says, there's always a line at the gates of hell. Movies like this aren't just a cute, childlike movie. They're actually desensitizing our youth, and they're actually glorifying evil. We all need to be aware and be alert that the devil is working. It's more important than ever to put on the full armor of God so we can take a stand against the devil's schemes to steal, kill, and destroy. Make sure to tag some friends.
All right, guys, let me know real quick in the live chat. Could you all hear that okay? Hope that came through decent in the speaker.
Yeah. Oh, and one thing that she said was they changed the spelling of DeVille. It was Deville, which is the brand of a car, and they ended up changing it like she did to Devil with a capital D and V.
Yeah. So here we go. I feel like there's several layers to this that we could go. So let's just jump in. Guys, I'd encourage you to maybe watch till the end and don't just like say, oh my goodness, Paul and Morgan said this, they took this stand, I'm writing them off. I want to say, to start out, I realize that there are going to be Christians that fall on both sides of this spectrum.
Yeah.
And I genuinely respect both sides. I respect you if you fall on this side. I respect you if you fall on this side. I think this movie, in my opinion, is more of a gray area. That's my opinion. I think it's a gray area movie that deals more with the conscience of a believer than it does explicitly a Christian should or should not watch this.
Yeah.
That said, Morgan, start us off.
Well, so as we said, we did go and watch the movie, and I really didn't know what to expect. You know, I thought that, all right, there's probably going to be some blatant, like, just things about the devil and hell.
Did you really think it was going to...
Well, because Cruella devil, like...
But you think about the old 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
She was a classic villain, out for herself.
Yeah.
She was trying to skin puppies. Pretty dark. But,
It's dark.
like, how much of, like, demonic devil... But then after seeing the trailer,
Right.
it did have a pretty
It
dark
looked dark.
spin on it. Kind of the mental health stuff.
Yeah. So personally, after watching the movie, I really liked it. I thought that it was very well done. There was, to me, they totally, and I don't want to give away any spoilers, but they totally
there probably is gonna
rewrote
be-
the entire character.
There's probably going to be some spoilers in this video, just FYI.
Just FYI. Cruella DeVille in this movie, Cruella, she is not the bad guy. And so, like, in my mind, Disney just decided, like, okay, there's this character, Cruella, that has black and white hair, and she's kind of crazy. We're going to take little aspects of that from 101 Dalmatians, but we're going to totally rewrite this story of her and who she is and how she becomes Cruella DeVille.
And one interesting aspect is she's not the bad guy, but maybe 3/4 of the way into the movie, you're watching thinking, okay, here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Cruella, who kind of was going by another name. Now she's embracing this kind of bad side of her. We're going to see her really take on this evil character.
Yeah.
And she actually, some spoilers here, I'm not going to try to give away too much, but she actually, like, ends up seeing where this self-centered, more, like, vile life is taking her.
Mm-hmm.
And she puts a halt on that and decides, like, I'm not going to really go down that road as much.
Mm-hmm.
And so she actually, there's, like, redemption.
Yeah.
But even in the midst of her worst, and guys, don't get me wrong, like, she shouldn't have this awakening and then become a Bible-believing Christian. Don't get me wrong.
Right, it's Disney.
But, she has this, like, revelation and decides, all right, I'm not going down that path like I thought I might. But even while she was at the, like, worst part, she still wasn't, like, you watch that movie and you don't even see the connection between her in the movie and where we saw her in the older 101 Dalmatians, like the original Disney cartoon from way back when, or even the Glenn Close early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, that is, like, a totally different person.
Like, she is not, the next movie that comes out, if they make a second one, which I think they will, she's not going to become all of a sudden this person who is skinning dogs and making clothes out of them.
There was never...
like, just being brutal towards innocent people.
There was never a, like, she never, you never once thought she's going to try to skin puppies.
Right.
Really? I mean, like, so I don't know. So...
It was...
And real quick, the main reason we went and saw it was, in my mind, well, we did want to go see it. We had heard, actually, a friend say how mild it was, so that helped. But also, we were like, this would be a good movie to maybe make a video on. And we came back from the theater being like, that was actually, in our opinions, so surprisingly mild that I don't even think we have enough really to make a video on. But then we get, and I'm not, like, coming down hard on this perspective, but the TikTok video of this woman saying, Christians, beware. do not go and watch this.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about that side a little bit, but you were about to say something.
So it was a PG-13 movie. I would not let, personally, my child watch that until they're like 14, 15, 16 years old. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't want a child to watch that just because there were some more adult themes throughout the whole movie. I think, you know, what she's saying about the song at the very end of the movie when the credits are rolling, there's a song that Florence and the Machine wrote for the movie specifically. And I will say I did not like that song. I was not a fan of it. The lines in it were super weird and they went too dark in my opinion.
I didn't know that it had those lines in it.
Yeah.
It's not that surprising.
Right.
That they're going to make a song at the end of the movie that goes there. But I am disappointed. And frankly, I could see someone knowing that song plays in the credits and being like, I don't even want to mess with this movie. I respect that. And if your conscience, if that's weighing on your conscience, I totally respect that. Don't go. The Bible says whatever is not done in faith is sin. Knowing that this song plays at the end of the movie, yeah, I don't like that song either. I agree with Morgan.
I think to say that the movie is worshiping the devil is very, very extreme. Like, I don't even know where they got that other than just the fact that her name is Cruella de Vil. And they go into a lot of explaining that name, Cruella, whatever, in the movie. But I think much more, this entire movie was actually, like, this woman growing up and very rough, like losing her mom and yada yada yada, kind of like discovering who she is and always knowing growing up that she was different. She was more creative. She likes to get a little wild with her hair, and she was born with white hair and black hair, and like she was always different, and she started going down this like kooky path and then realized like it's really selfish and it's not just affecting my life, it's affecting the people's lives around me that I love, and I can't live like this. And she like made a shift of like, I'm going to accept the fact that I am different, that, you know, I am unique, but I'm not going to become this self-centered, self-sabotaging and sabotaging other people's lives just because of that. Like, and I thought that it was a really good point, and yeah, interesting that Disney kind of went that route of like, okay, accept who you are, but let's like hold back the reins a little bit and not like, you know, destroy other people's lives because you want to live however the heck you want to live. I don't know. So
there were a few, I would say, problematic moments in the movie. Mildly problematic. One is just her child training, her upbringing. Kind of like what Morgan's saying. It was like, where is the parental saying, hey, like, child, whatever her initial name was, Ella, like, you may feel this way. You may feel like, oh, I'm just rebellious and I break the molds, but you're my child and this is how it's going to be. You're not going to disobey me. So it's the child training aspects. Yeah, you know, there were some dark undertones, kind of, but not that bad. Sure, I would not encourage you to let your 8-year-old watch it.
Right.
You know, as a parent, your job is to protect what comes into your household and your kids' eyes. But, you know, I guess, so let me read a few of, is it okay if I read a few of the kind of top comments saying, with a negative. So actually, the girl who posted the TikTok video you saw, she also posted it to Instagram, and she says, warning, if you love God, don't watch Cruella de Vil. It worships the devil. And real quick, my initial thought is genuinely, did you watch the movie? Because if your main takeaway is that the movie worships the devil, I'm kind of like,
yeah, I'm like, where did you get that from? Literally at all. Like, that's what?
Kind of surprising to just hear her start with that.
Yeah.
She says, this is not a cute and innocent children's movie. It glorifies evil and it desensitizes our youth. That part, it desensitizes our youth. I might be open to hearing that. Desensitizes our youth. I from the get-go, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, I just think that maybe it would give, like, kids the idea of, like, because Ella struggles with being disobedient, as she's just wild. She doesn't want to listen to the rules her mom sets. And
Or the school.
Or the school, and she's just too wild and free. She can't obey that. That's just who she is. She cannot follow rules at all. And, like, that kind of goes through her whole life, and I feel like that could give kids ideas of, like, oh, if it's hard for you to obey your parents, that's just who you are. It's just, you're just not going to ever be able to obey them. So just be free and wild. And to me, that's just like, really?
Well, and she said it glorifies evil. I think if 3/4 of the way through the movie, we would have seen Cruella continue with reckless abandon to go down the evil path, and seen that path or that lifestyle, like so many good things happening to her because she chose that would be glorifying evil, in my opinion. But that's not what happens when she pursues that path. You see the harm that it's doing to herself, but specifically, I think, the relationships and the people around her. So they don't really glorify evil.
No.
In that respect.
Yeah.
So I'm just sharing my opinion. The girl goes on to say, it's more important than ever to put on the full armor of God. It's the only way to take a stand against the devil's schemes to steal, kill, and destroy. So let's look at a few of the top comments here. Someone says, I hate this. I was looking forward to watching it too. Thanks so much for sharing. Someone else said, I watched the trailer for it because I thought it would be like 101 Dalmatians, like her side of the story. And when I watched it, you can just tell that the way things are, it definitely is very satanic. They called her the devil many times in just a minute trailer.
I will say the trailer was super dark, and I don't know why Disney decided to go that way. Like, maybe that was their point of, like, they wanted to scare people and be like, she's super dark. But it's just, like, the trailer did not it did no justification to the true, like, movie and the storyline at all. So, like, because when I watched the trailer, I was like, that looks pretty dark. I do not know about that.
And just so you know where we're coming from, and as far as, like, that aspect of the trailer, if you watch the trailer, like, I agree with Morgan. The trailer was much more dark than the movie, and you may have been like, I'm not even going to go there. I respect that. When it came to, who was it? Was it DC that did the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix? Mm-hmm. When I saw that movie was coming out, I did a little research on it and decided, as much as I enjoy these type of films, and I was hearing that it was a really well done film, I didn't feel right in my spirit to go watch that film. I just didn't. After the research I did, it to me seemed too heavy and too dark.
Yeah.
There have been other films where, because it seems like there's this emergence of making the bad guy the main character. You saw that with the Venom movie, Joker, this movie, obviously. I'm hesitant when it comes to that because, like this girl said, she was saying it glorifies evil. I don't want to start falling in love with this character that's evil. But again, like,
she really didn't do anything evil this entire movie.
She started going down that road a little.
She did get caught up in thievery as a child into her adulthood. That's how her and her little friends, like, stayed alive, as they had to steal things. They were pickpocketers.
Sure. Well, Oliver Twist action going on.
Yeah.
One last negative comment here. Someone said, yes, just don't even watch Disney movies. So much hidden demonic things. And that's a point I kind of wanted to make, because I know you have people who say, like, Christians, why are you watching this movie? Why are you watching these magical movies? But then they're okay with going to see Frozen. And I know it's kind of on different playing fields, but when you think about Frozen, you got plenty of magic, and you got the main character ultimately embracing who she is, which is kind of like this, self-empowerment thing.
Just scratch that last part.
No, it is. I'm completely owning everything I am. What's the main song?
Okay, yeah, I guess. Let it go.
Yeah, don't hold it back anymore. You know, this is me. Whatever. That's just interesting. And again, like, maybe you come to the place where you decide, I just don't, like, because there is, guys, like, we are acknowledging there's so much junk in Hollywood and in entertainment and saturating now more so than ever kids movies. If you come to the place where you say, I'm just not going to touch any of it, fair enough. We're not in that place yet. You know, who knows if we will get to that place? Maybe, maybe not. There are still movies that we genuinely thoroughly enjoy. So for us, we're still kind of in the navigating. God, give us discernment. Oh, wow, we did a little research and there's this in this movie. We're going to totally avoid it. But then there are some movies that we're okay with. And that's a decision you're going to have to make.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we both grew up watching Harry Potter, or I did, and loved it, and then got to a place where both of us just feel convicted to not watch it anymore. So we all have our convictions. I think that there are and we've talked about this before, there are very clear, obvious things of like, do not watch that. But I think for someone to say, if you love God, do not watch this about Cruella, in my opinion, is just like, that's really extreme. And the other question would be, did you watch it? Because
well, and
I just don't know.
Real quick before we open it up to you guys in the live chat, because I really want to have some back and forth with you all. Here were 2 comments to her video, or just kind of video on Instagram, that were actually kind of pushing back a little bit. Someone said, I don't think it displeases God to watch a creative presentation about a character that isn't necessarily a Christ-like figure. People are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, so if you are uninformed about the particular evils that are at work within this industry and the world at large, yes, this film can be harmful. I wouldn't recommend this for small children, but I think mature Christian adults can appreciate this story and find some good in it. And then one other person said, as a Christian, this movie was not evil whatsoever. So, to kind of on the other side.
All right.
Interesting.
See what they're saying.
Are we ready?
Yes!
All right. Once again, guys, drop your comments below. We want to hear them. Let's go to the live chat. Whew, man, there it is.
This guy, Mr. Chatty McChat Pants over here, talking.
Natasha's Corner says, I felt Joker glorified violence.
We have not seen Joker.
We have an Abigail Evans. When villains become heroes, you make excuses for your own darkness. All right, you're a writer, aren't you, Abigail? You're a writer.
That's a good point.
Christina Marquez, I'm going to check out the trailer. My son is 14 and has autism. I'm trying to watch what he sees. Sure.
Yeah, I would say be careful with... I mean, I think that's cool that you're going to, check it out. I would say maybe you watch it first before he watches it. This movie does, in my opinion, address a lot of, like, mental health struggles. It's not like super deep in my opinion. Like, I've heard that the Joker was just super deep in like showing his mental health issues. I feel like with Cruella, it was like a mixture of mental health and also just like her as a person and just who she is, her personality traits and characteristics. So
Maurice Washington says, do you feel convicted watching it? Morgan, any conviction there?
I did not, but I didn't like the end song. I will say that.
Did we stay for the end song?
We started walking out as it like the credits started rolling, so we didn't really hear it.
I did not feel convicted either. Claire says, show Paul and Morgan some love. Hit that like button. You know what's up, Claire. Brianna says, I wouldn't personally watch it. Fair enough, Brianna. Totally get that.
Yes.
Noah says, I'm going to watch it. Okay. Noelle says, I mentioned you guys in my new YouTube video. Love you all. Noelle. Thank you. By ending that little comment by saying I love you all, I'm assuming it's a positive video.
I mean, it's not a hate video.
And thank you. That's really cool. Noelle Napier, remember that. So we can check that out.
Oh, I feel like I've talked to you before, maybe.
Mary says, you guys need to be careful.
Got it. Will do.
Did I send some sass?
No! I agree. We do need to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, I pushed my hair over to the opposite side today because I wanted to mix things up.
Did y'all notice that?
Did you notice, and how do you feel about it? Because Morgan's not sure.
Oh, when he first walked out, he looked like a total nerd who just didn't know how to fix his hair, and I was like, yikes. And then he kind of fixed it a little, and now it looks better.
Let's see what you guys are saying. Jessica Smith says, I saw Cruella and did think it was a little dark. That being said, I don't think it's a definite no for Christians, but I think it deserved a PG-13 rating because young children could find it dark.
Agreed. It definitely deserved a PG-13 rating.
They definitely diluted Cruella compared to previous Disney movies.
Yes.
Savannah says, my biggest concern as a teacher is my kids watching that, and because they glorify the character, they tend to glorify the character's actions, making the disobedience, selfish vengeance, and revenge seem okay.
Agreed, and that would be why I would not let my young child watch it. Like, my teenagers would be allowed to watch that, and I would hope that by the time my kids are teenagers, they understand, like, disobedience and self-righteousness and being just fool yourself is unaccepted. And that's not how we live our lives.
I was nervous that they were going to make this movie this woman that is totally embraced selfishness and sin. I was nervous they were going to glamorize that, and again, I don't think they did. Yeah. Yes, it ended where she still had some very edginess. So no, that's true, but it wasn't near.
To me, it was like, I've got edginess. I'm fully accepting my edginess, my uniqueness, my differentness, but I'm going to use this to hopefully, like, better the world and better the people around me.
Michaela says, I found Cruella triggering in the original 101 Dalmatians. I mean, she was pretty bad news.
She was pretty crazy.
This is interesting. Christopher says, you can watch anything as long as it doesn't glorify evil. I might disagree with that, personally, because there are movies with pretty explicit sexual innuendo, pretty graphic, darkness, and I would say no.
Yeah.
Christians, stay clear. So